Hi, my name is Erin Folks, and I hope you have enjoyed my channel. You'll see that I've been off and on, and there's a reason for that. I've been studying CVI for the last 5 years, and I found two very important pieces of information to help a child with cortical visual impairment, really with any visual impairment, and I wanted to share those things with you today. The number one thing is to help your child have better binocular vision, and that's the eyes working together, okay? And the second thing is to help your child have convergence, okay? So that's where we learn depth perception, okay? And when we focus on an object and we can come back and unfocus from it, whether at a distance we can focus on an object, or something coming really up close to our nose, and we can follow an object back out, and our eyes will go in and go out, but we can focus in on a point. And a child that struggles with those two things will always have a visual impairment, will struggle with visual impairment. And for me, being visually impaired as well, luckily I just had nearsightedness. It's very severe nearsightedness, okay? I mean, I have to see things like right here for me to really see them without my glasses. And I memorized things up close, and then I figured out what they were at a distance. I was able to recognize things from a distance because I memorized the shape. I memorized the object I was looking at and things like that. And then also auditory, right? I listened a lot because things that were far away, I couldn't recognize people far away. I couldn't do things like that. And so I had to, rely a lot on my auditory to recognize voices and things like that. And that has been the focus of my books, my videos. It's to help your child with these things. I was the first person that started doing CVI videos, and I'm really pleased to see that other moms have come on, and they've been doing other fun videos to help your children, to have some more resources out there for your children. And this channel is a little bit different in that I don't focus as much on the red outline around the words. I focus more on having either a red letter, or it could be any color, right? But for me, being visually impaired, the more clear the line is between two things, the easier it is to interpret what it is. And so when there's a word and you have a red outline around it, like, I have to memorize the outline, and that's just asking me to memorize millions and millions of shapes to try and recognize words versus 26 letters, and then learning combinations. And so but every person is different in what works for them. I just have found with my channel, children have responded really well with just very basic and simple simple shapes and very defined lines between a background and an object. Okay, now there will be situations where I will have more complicated pictures, but my goal is to help your child have better binocular vision and convergence. Okay, and it's also good to go to a pediatric ophthalmologist and check the health of the eye. Make sure your child's not nearsighted, farsighted, has a lazy eye, has some other issue with their eye, because that's always going to attribute to the visual impairment and make it very difficult to see. And so if you can resolve those types of things, you're already improving the visual impairment. Okay, so that was more than two things, but if anything, if you didn't make it to the end of the video, at least you got those two things to help your child help work on their binocular vision and their convergence. And so I'm coming back onto YouTube, and that's where I'm going to be focusing on with my videos, helping your children with that. And it will require some interaction from you. Granted, yes, you can just leave the video and let your children watch the videos and things like that, but to really improve the vision, it will require a little help from you to start working on that binocular vision and that convergence. And so again, thank you for watching my channel. Always hit subscribe and tell your friends about it. It's unique from the other cortical visual impairment channels that have come out, and the videos that the parents do for their children. I've been studying cortical visual impairment for a very long time, and I have my own visual impairment, and so I have my own life experience of how I learned how to function in life, not being able to see for a really long time. And yes, I could see up close, and so that was my world, was things up close, and then I had to learn auditorily, and I just have found a lot of success using the same techniques I used that these children with cortical visual impairment or any visual impairment are really starting to learn shapes and learn objects and to learn what animals are and things like that. And really, my ultimate goal is to also help your child learn life skills. And so we'll go with that. So if anything from this video, the top 2 things that you can do, not 10 things, 2 things that you can do to help your child and improve their visual impairment is to do things that improve their binocular vision and their convergence. And seeing a pediatric ophthalmologist, so I guess that's 3, but seeing a pediatric ophthalmologist wouldn't hurt to check out other issues in the eye if your child's nearsighted, farsighted, different in each eye, things like that. So hit subscribe. Look forward to future videos. I hope you've enjoyed the past videos. I'm super ecstatic that other parents have joined me and helped create educational resources for children with CVI, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.